He's in, dark corners and waits for an investigator to come by. And then he goes, "Hey!" And he makes them jump out of their skin. He doesn't even try half the time. That's the sad part.
Just got to stand somewhere and be quiet.
Yeah, he just blends in very well.
Sound like it.
We do the Ghost Experience, which is a paranormal investigating thing for the public. And there's so many times that the customers will be doing their thing and he's just there and he freaks out the customers. So I have to warn them. I'm like, just to warn you, he tends to just, stay somewhere quietly and he may freak you out because he just may be there. And they usually do get spooked by him. It's so funny. He doesn't even try. That's the funny part.
I just find a spot, sit down, and be quiet.
Yep. He's one that listens to everything around him, so he just sits there in silence.
And that's why he blends in. You gotta listen. You gotta be kind of open. You gotta listen with your eye, listen with your ears, watch with your eyes, kind of soak it in.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, and let's get back to the business part. Because I know you do tours. How many different tours do you do, or is it like special events, or?
We do mainly our tours usually starting in August,
Mm-hmm.
and then we finish, of course, on Halloween night. We do a couple of different locations, and then for a certain here in Shawnee, we do an event called Boo on Bell, and it's put on by the local area called Seth, and Seth usually lets us, allows us to have one of their locations in one of their buildings, and they advertise for us and everything, and then we put on the ghost tours for Friday and Saturday night during the month of October. And then the ghost tours, we kind of have them, sporadic throughout the year. But yeah, we usually do pick up mainly in August and then go ahead and finish out till, the end of October. Some of the locations we've done for a couple of years, and I know Boo on Bell we've done since, I think, since 2008. And we've continued to do it because that's something they keep asking us to do, and we enjoy it, and the people come back, and we've had quite a few times with those. We do pick certain locations that are active, that we know that there is some decent activity at, and hopefully that when we do investigate that night that there will be good activity. But like I said, we can't say what's going to happen.
Right.
So we do contact the owners of the location to see if it's okay, and if they agree, then we start setting up for our ghost tour events and stuff. But we always cap our amounts. We don't have huge numbers, and we go from there. And then we try to do it, a couple of times throughout the year, so we're not so busy with them all the time.
Right. Which is why we have to take a break because we do so much.
Yeah.
That's the same thing we do. As soon as we got done with our last ghost tour, I posted that we're done for the ghost tours for a while, and then we're only doing, either private or business investigations.
Right. Yeah, and of course everyone wants to do ghost tours in October. So
Yes.
anyone that owns a ghost tour company understands that October, no one's ever going to hear from you.
Come on now.
You just kind of disappear into that paranormal world and you're never found until after October.
Yeah, my husband usually doesn't see me that much on the weekends, starting usually about September. So from September to the end of October, he hardly ever sees me. My family don't see me that much.
Yeah, it's one of those things.
It's my busy time of year. It is. It's my busy time.
Yep, I understand that completely. But we do our tours all year round. And so we had to step up and say we're taking a break right now. We're done for a couple months because we've been wearing ourselves thin between the tours and personal things and all this other stuff. We're like, okay, no more. We got to cut something off.
Our main ghost tours, we run strong for those months, but like I said, we put them throughout, one every couple of months, and then spread out another one for every couple of months because, people don't have a lot of money, and they can't make it to one event, and then we'll catch us here in a couple of months.
Right.
So, and then in the meantime, yeah, we do get pretty slammed with, it seems like to me, within the last 4 or 5 years, just even the private investigations have picked up quite a bit.
Right. Yes.
And been slammed with those. So,
oh, yes, I understand those too. And it seems to always come at once. It's like
yes.
you get like this huge amount and then nothing, and then this huge amount and then nothing. It always comes in spurts, I've noticed.
It's for,
Yeah.
sometimes ours goes for months. It'll go for months, and then it'll kind of quieten down for maybe a week or two, and then we'll try to get things scheduled, and then we'll get them all scheduled and get them done, and then it'll quieten down for just a tiny bit, and then here we go again. Boom.
Right.
So, yeah, we had to schedule time off, and even though we tried to schedule off for, November and December, well, here I am still contacting the team saying, hey, I need to know who's going to be in town, and we need to get these scheduled. So it's still busy.
Yes, I understand that one. I know I tried. What we were trying to do was actually split my team in two so we could kind of like do more investigations but not overload everyone, so to say.
Uh-huh.
But we basically just made them take turns for a while because of the fact that we had something going, I think, weekly for a while.
Oh, yes.
And it was just like, okay, we can't, and Will and I are the ones that, usually are going to every investigation. And I finally said, we can't go to every single one. I'm like, I'm sorry, we just can't. So we skipped out on a few and we let our co-lead take charge and let her take over for a couple of them because we just got worn out.
Oh, yeah, I understand. I go to every single one of them. And then when I can't go, then I will schedule it to when I am gone. And if I'm home, it's scheduled. If I'm not home, then the investigation has to be put off until I get back.
There's just times I have to take a break.
Yeah, I know. Well, the only reason he does this is because of me anyway. So he really, and he works full time outside of this, and then he comes home and helps me with all of this. So he, really gets run down sometimes. Just like right now, he's really run down.
Yeah, I've been nonstop for 2 months.
I think so, because we started our busy season.
Yeah, so I haven't had any time off because when we're not even doing anything with the company, I still got stuff around the house I have to fix.
Well, you're the handyman.
So I wake up, I work. I come home, I work. I go to sleep, I work.
You work in your sleep? I want to see that one.
Oh, I do.
Are you dreaming about what you have to do
I'm coming up with new ways to do it.
in your sleep?
Yeah,
Wouldn't that be cool if we could accomplish things in our sleep?
you do. You
Yeah.
actually do.
What do you accomplish in your sleep?
Let's put it this way. If you have something you're doing and it's frustrating the hell out of you because of the fact that for some reason you're having the world's huge brain fart and you can't figure out how to get it done the way it needs to be done, you walk away from it, you go to sleep, and in the middle of your sleep, it'll come to you.
And then you wake up and you have to go do
And then you wake up,
it.
you go do it, you get it done. And you're like, why didn't I think of that yesterday?
Exactly.
Or, like me, and you have a long list of things to do, and you're trying to go to sleep, and all you do is keep thinking about that stupid long list of things you got to do, and you can't sleep until you make your list so you don't forget about any of it.
I throw that son of a bitch
Yeah,
away every
right.
night.
That's me. If I go to bed with knowing I have a list of things to do, I have to write down that list first, because otherwise I won't sleep. That's just how I am. It'll bug me forever.
Yeah. I'm a little OCD. I got to keep things organized. I got to keep things going and scheduled. I got things I got to do.
Yep. Yeah, I already have my list for tomorrow. And I'm like, it's growing,
I know mine never gets any shorter.
I don't think they ever do.
No, more gets added before more gets knocked off.
Yeah, exactly. So, I'm gonna cough again.
Well, spit it
Sorry.
out.
I know, my throat is starting to really bother me from all this talking. I went on rants yesterday, but they were small, so I didn't cough because, I didn't have to keep talking and talking.
Oh, you enjoyed every minute of it.
Oh, the ranting?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm good at ranting. When something
Don't
bothers
get me
me,
started either.
yeah, I'm like, when something bothers me, yeah, I will go off. I don't sit back. And that's what I did.
Well,
um,
when you work so hard on something, when you work so much to help others,
right,
and you want to keep everything in, with your standards and the way your team is held and respectful in the integrity of your team. And you put so much energy and effort into something, and then somebody comes along and just messes things up,
yes,
and it just blows you away, and it insults us. And we try so hard to fix it, but then there's some of the people out there that just don't realize what it takes. That it's not out there to be fame and fortune. It's not out there to
exactly.
be the next, TV show. And I get so tired of hearing of paranormal teams when I meet them for the first time, or I see them at, some location somewhere, and we're doing an event there, and they're having a vendor's table or something, and they talk about sending in their videos or some of their evidence in to TV producers. I could care less. That tells me right there that you're not in it for the right reasons. And if you're not there to help these people, then why even bother? Because that's all you're doing is trying to be the next TV show, be for, fame and fortune, or do something to get yourself, in the popularity, get your name out there. You can get your team out there by doing the right thing,
Right,
by being respectful, by doing everything that's, right by your client, and not having to air, And I've actually had clients send emails talking about they've got so much activity in their home that they could be on a TV show. Well, that tells me right then that's what you're looking for.
right. Mm-hmm.
You're sending emails telling me that you've got 20 different things going on in your house. Your email doesn't specifically say that you're asking for help, but you've got tons and tons of activity. You've got demonic, you've got stinky things, you've got aliens, you've got all this stuff in your house. Well, then why are you living there? And, I can understand if you can't afford to move, but if you're renting the place, you can get out of that lease within a year or so. So
Right,
you're just trying to be, into the popularity, into the fame.
right,
And I don't care. I'm not interested in it. I'm just not. I did not start any of this. I did not want to be any of this. I've had so many teams that I've seen or been a part of that had TV producers wanting to come and film us, and they thought that they was going to get on to be something, and I just stand off the side going, whatever. Because if you're just there to run around and just say you've got things or say you got evidence, and you're not there to help anybody, then that really disappoints me.
right.
Because I have no interest if you don't want to help somebody. That's what the ghost tours are for. If
Right.
you want it for entertainment purposes, come to a ghost tour. That's fine. If you want to, see what it's kind of like, that's fine. But if you're looking for legitimate help and you are scared, you're scared to talk to even somebody. And like you said, they'll call and say, well, you'll think I'm crazy.
Right.
No, I don't. Just talk to me, and then we'll go from there.
Right.
But it's really disappointing how a lot of these people that are wanting you to investigate their home because of so much things going on that they want you to send their stuff in. And I don't even respond back. It's like I really don't even, okay, you said you needed help. You said you needed all these things. and we're willing to come in. And that's why I think a walkthrough is so important for me to do